Good morning. It's very getting ready to go to church with the family. Um, got this cup from our friends when they went on their honeymoon. We collect all the Starbucks mugs, so it's really my favorite um thing to do is get all these different mugs from like different places, and they all have like different stories, which is really cool because some of them, like really, it's just fun. Like some of them we've gotten from friends who have traveled. Some of them we've gotten through friends. Like my mom's coworker went to Vietnam and got us some. My brother's old roommate got us some in Japan. Just very fun. This one's from our friends who went on their hub, hub, their hubs. This is from our friends who went on their honeymoon to Lisboa. So my sister, I was talking to my sister, and Joshua and I started our podcast when I was on maternity leave, and I was able to you're not really in a sleep. I don't know if you've ever breastfed, or had a newborn if you're listening to this, but well, this might be a little difficult. But I was talking to my sister, and I was like, oh, Josh and I haven't found a new rhythm to record a new podcast, and she was like, well, why don't you just yap? And I was like, oh. Why do you think that's what my talking is? Like yapping. Like a Yorkie. But here we are yapping away. I'm doing my hair. So, a couple of fun facts about me and curling my hair. I know you guys are all probably thinking, wow, she's so good at that. Actually, 2024 was a big breakthrough year for me. I learned how to, and if you ever see me looking away from the camera, it's because I have a mirror behind my phone, so I don't burn my face. But 2024 was a big year for me. I cut my nails by myself for the first time. Yep. And I learned how to curl my own hair. So before that, if you don't already know, my sister did hair. And then she had a baby, she got married, had a baby, moved to Wisconsin, and I was like, oh boy, this is going to be interesting for my hair. So I got I've always had thankfully my sister's always been graciously able and willing whenever possible to curl my hair. And I would see her multiple times a week, so it wasn't a big deal. I just would need to be prepared and wash my hair, make sure it's dry. And then after she had a baby and moved to Wisconsin, it became much more difficult. So I upgraded my hair membership. Yeah. So, but then it was we were pregnant, we were having our third baby. I was like, I can't go 2 to 3 times a week I can no longer justify panicking about not being able to have my hair done for things because I need to go get it done and the appointments aren't lining up and the kids aren't scheduled. I was like, this is crazy. I was like, I have 2 capable hands and my sister can teach me, and so we're learning. So 2024 is big breakthrough. I've learned how to curl my hair. So if you're watching my technique right now and are thinking, I can give her some feedback, feel free. Love a good feedback moment. There's some things I should be doing differently. If there's some hair products you think I should try, although I'm very partial because my sister's really good at what she does, that she always recommends me really great products. I pick them up because I don't know where to get them, or I'm not able to buy them, but she gets them for me. And then also, gives me really good technique feedback. So, but it's okay, plenty of different viewpoints on this. So if you are watching me do my hair and thinking, oh wow, this will really improve the curl pattern, the way her hair falls, go ahead, feel free. You can email me, you can slide into those DMs, I can't say I'm doing whatever you need to do. It's totally fine. So here we are, still curling. I wonder what's going to happen. I wonder how this is going to go. I'm very curious. Just yapping away. So I wonder if I should I do it unedited? She sent me one of the solo podcasts that she listens to, and I listened to a few minutes of it, but then I got distracted. So it was funny. I remember laughing. So hopefully you guys are laughing. At least a little bit. Oh, there's something in my eye. Oh my gosh. Oh, I have like the stand in the middle here, so if I look this way, I can't really see this side. But it's okay. I'm also sitting on a Bosu ball. And so for those of you who don't know, whenever I'm pregnant and nearing the end of my pregnancy, I'm like convinced, beyond convinced, like nobody can tell me otherwise. So if you have feedback on this, feel free to also let me know. I won't probably take it as seriously as the hair feedback, but I'll listen to what you have to say. Because we listen and we don't judge. If you guys see Josh and I's reel about that, so I literally watch it and laugh all the time. Speaking of reels, if you didn't see the reel I posted of Joshua kicking one of the balloons she got for her birthday, my daughter got for her birthday. Okay, if you haven't seen my recent reel about Joshua, about kicking a balloon that Maverick got from our very, very good friends for her birthday, it's hilarious. I posted on my story like multiple times because I just need it. Maybe I should put in my highlights. Yeah, maybe I think I'll put it in my highlights. I gotta figure out how to do that. So it's so funny, like hilarious. I came up from, I like came upstairs from working to go to the washroom or do something, grab coffee, and homie's just in our foyer kicking this big balloon so high. I was laughing. I was like, "What are you doing?" And he was like, "Do you see how high I kicked?" I was like, "No, but I just did. You want to do it again?" And I recorded it. Now I can watch it very well. So, I didn't realize my microphone was still right here, so you might get a lot of like hair whistles. Oh, maybe I'll put it back there for now. I should just move it. Maybe I'll put it up here. That's interesting. Okay, let's see how that works. So, anyways, so why I'm sitting on a Bosu ball, that's how we got here. I'm sitting on a Bosu ball because I have a Bosu ball, not because I like to work out or not, but because or not a Bosu ball. I think a Bosu ball is actually one of those like half balls, which we also have one of those because I like to stand on that sometimes when I work, instead of like a walking pad idea. Just kind of bounce around. I really love it for when I'm put our new baby in the carrier. If I don't feel like walking around the house or, I'm not able to go outside because it's cold out, I put the baby in the carrier and I bounce. So it gives her a little movement and me a little movement. So it was fun. My aunt got it for us. That was really nice of her. So, ouch, there's a hair stuck over here. Oh, you can't see it. Ow, ow, ow. Yeah, it's right here. See? Ouch. Can you see that? But I can't. Oh, oh. Got it. All is clear. Oof. Really bad. Kind of real bad. My bald right there now. Anyways. So I have this, what are these called? You know those like big balls? Okay. Well, they're these big bouncy balls. Spry balls. They're not medicine balls. Anyways, when I'm nearing the end of my pregnancies, I bounce on them because the placebo effect is it's going to induce me to go into labor. So, not sure if they actually work, but probably actually don't because I was induced with my first two, and then my third one just came naturally. So probably don't work, but I like the idea that I'm doing something at home. No, it probably does work. Because imagine like if I didn't do it, I wonder what would happen. I apologize not looking. I'm looking at the mirrors. I don't burn myself. Okay. That was a little crazy curl. So anyways, that's life. So I see there's like gonna be, I don't know, this is probably too political, but I don't really fully understand. I probably have to do more research. But I see lots of people posting on my different stories about, like literally different sites from, everywhere. But there's what I'm understanding, and I don't know like what's true or not true. There's gonna be like a massive immigration raid in Chicago on Tuesday, and like it's kind of like wild to think about because every time I've been in Chicago recently, there's like, whoa, that was well, peers, like not my like actual like peers, like I don't know them personally, but like people that are in the same season of life as me, like multiple children, probably in their like, let's not, you know, very young and driving moms, um, with like little kids, like just are homeless, and it breaks my heart. Like I don't need, I mean, I don't, how they got there, why they're there is not relevant to me. It's more just like this is another mother who's like doing their best to raise their kids, and they're homeless on the streets of Chicago. And what I'm understanding is like being homeless on the streets of Chicago is better than where they came from. Anyway, so I read that there was like a big raid there, which is also heartbreaking, just from like a humanity standpoint. Remove all politics, just from like a humanity standpoint, that's heartbreaking because I like find myself being like, this is so hard to parent, so hard to be a parent. Oh, and I have resources, and I have family, and I have friends, and so like I just, yeah. Anyways, but apparently there's gonna be like a massive raid in Chicago next week or this week, whatever, however, whenever listening to this, and it's just crazy. Like I couldn't imagine like, yeah, like I don't. It's just crazy to think about like these poor innocent people. Whatever, these people are like going from one place to another. It's like I just, it's so sad. Mostly for like the children. I mean, and the parents. Like I just, it's so sad. I couldn't imagine being a parent in that situation, coming from one country to another. To another, I'm sure they weren't like born into this earth thinking this is gonna be this is the dream of the life that I want to live. Like it's so hard. Anyways, um, here we are, still curling my hair again. It's kind of hard because my hair is really long and I can't see the whole thing sitting on this low wall. We'll see how my hair turns out. We have a couple of birthday parties this weekend. I'm very excited about it. I love celebrating my kids' friends and love seeing my kids play together. It's really fun. Um, when you guys curl your hair, do you have like a better side that you prefer to curl? Because I really prefer to curl my left side like a lot. Like it's just like a wrist flips better, the straightener works better. But it's literally the exact same things. Like I don't understand how. Um, one can be what I need some coffee. What else is going on? Oh, Valentine's Day, I'm so excited about. I gotta figure out what to do for a backdrop. If you know me, you know I love a backdrop. I love to create a backdrop, take a few photos in front of it, print out the picture, post it on the social. Usually it's so fun to have themed backdrops for birthdays, for holidays, for you name it. Girls got a backdrop. I got a backdrop box. You know, it's like backdrop box. Oh, what do you need? A backdrop box. Yep, it's in my closet, my front closet. If you ever need one, let me know. Hook you up. Well, I don't know if I can like hook you up because I know I use it the first time really good, and then I put it in this backdrop box, and then the backdrop box become my kid's backdrop box, and so then it's not always like trustworthy of what's actually in there. Actually, it's pretty trustworthy of what's in there. It's not trustworthy of like what's usable in there, I should say. I'm super grateful because I also started riding my Peloton again with my friend Maria. That's been really fun. I tried to turn it on during maternity leave, and it like literally wouldn't turn on. Like it was like the P of death. Like I just like a big P was on my screen, and this like dotted circle kept like repeating itself over and over and over and over again. And I was like, oh my gosh. So every time I like, and we don't really, we don't give my kids screen time, so we try not to like be on our phones in front of our kids as much. Um, so I was trying to use my Peloton, and so I like did the resets that they told me to do, did all the things, wasn't working. So I found out after like 3 days, I was able to like get back to it. And I found out I needed to call them. So like literally during my whole entire 12 weeks maternity leave, I never got around to like calling Peloton to see what was going on. So finally I was able to do it one day. I like woke up at like 3 a.m. and got online and just like was able to troubleshoot it once they opened. I was like the first person to call at like 6 a.m. Central when they opened. I think they opened 7 a.m. Eastern. If you ever need to call Peloton, I believe at 7 a.m. Eastern they is to accept their first call. So I was I called them and long story short, I'm going back and forth on the phone with them. And by the end of this like 30-minute call, the woman on the phone, very kind, was like, yeah, you're gonna need to buy a new screen. And I was like, how much is a new screen? Like this is I literally got a Peloton in 2020, so that would make sense. And I'm like, like how much could Pelotons possibly be? Like whatever. I was like I just bottom line is like I don't want to spend money on a screen. Like I already paid for the subscription. I paid for the bike. I have everything. Just like, can we fix this piece of software? And she was like, yeah, it seems like your screen is broken. And I was like, okay, well, how much is the screen? She told me the price. And then she's like, you can get a refurbished one. And it was like a little cheaper. And I was like, and then I was like, well, how do you install? How much does it cost to install it? She's like, well, you can install it yourself. And I was thinking, I'm never going to get back on this Peloton because if I get to like buy a screen, install a screen, like this is crazy. So I'm like, I'm gonna need to like find someone, ask Peloton to like help me install it and pay for that person because I know that if it gets here, I probably not gonna install it because it just won't be a main priority. Fast forward, I was like, okay, thank you, I'll think about it. I was like, I really don't want to spend. I did the math. I forgot to rush. It was gonna cost me like $500 to get the screen running, and I was like, oh, I just like don't want to do something. And so I was like, let me just like fiddle around. So I started fiddling around, fiddled around, and bam, worked. Did a couple resets, pressed a bunch of buttons, which is like very funny because there's only literally like, I don't know, you probably have a Peloton or you've seen a Peloton. There's not like a ton of buttons on it. I just like kept pressing buttons, and by the grace of God, what bam, worked. All my profiles were still there, everything was still there, and it worked. I'm so glad. So super grateful, saved myself, saved our family. Like, whoa, that's a crazy bank girl I just created. Saved my family money, was able to ride my Peloton, like all was right in the world. Now, if you're listening to this and thinking, perfect, I'm going to message her because my Peloton has a Circle P of Death and she's going to be able to like tell me what she did. No, I don't know what I did. I was literally clicking buttons and some words appeared on the screen and I just did hard factory reset. And like 5 times I did that. Reset my router, did everything. But I think so I'm not sure like what actually worked because I didn't like do the formal IT process where like you do one thing, see if it works, did it work. You do another thing, see if it works, did it work or works. And then you keep going that. I just did like a bunch of things all at once. So I'm not sure like what of the one thing at the same time did. But bottom line is Peloton's back up and running. Oh, I'm able to ride my Peloton. I got to ride it multiple times this week. I was very grateful, because thankfully the shoes still fit. um, got to ride my Peloton. Got to catch up with my friend that I used to ride my Peloton with. We're still riding. We've been riding together since 2020. I've been friends with her since before I was married, before I had kids. So grateful. So fun. And yeah, it's just easier for me at least. It's easier for me to like, I always thought it was really hot right there, so I never touched it, even though I was like, that's probably gonna make it easier. And it's not that hot, you guys. Oh my gosh. I totally understand now also why they sell those gloves on Amazon for your straightener. Like when you straighten your hair. I never knew that. I was like, that seems like so crazy to like a big oven mitt. Oh, I don't need to buy one. I can wear an oven mitt. Oh, these things I'm learning with you guys. Oh, I just hit the mic with my hand. I'm sorry if that's like really disturbing. Oh, I didn't realize it was all over there. So I can't really see because I'm on this slope wall. So here we are, still going. I think that's more pieces over here. But yeah, that's how I got to Peloton. So if you're, I will say that we ride between like 5 a.m. and 7 a.m. Central, depending on the day of the week and like what's going on. If you want to ride with us and if you want like a P crew, message me. Send me your Pally name. Mine's Mito Cheeto, and ride with us. It's so fun. We like have a group chat going. During COVID, our Pello group got like super big. Like, yeah, it was like so many people. It was so fun. And in different time zones and different seasons of their life. It was really, really, really cool. Sometimes I would like, because my first daughter was one at the time, so I was like I was still like getting up to like, oh no, she had just turned 1 during COVID, so I was still breastfeeding her. We started riding together, but sometimes I don't know why I had to tell you that, but the point is sometimes I wasn't, and I'm not a good sleeper anyways, with or without a newborn. Like I don't always sleep the whole night, so I totally get newborn flow. But sometimes we would be riding at like 4 a.m. or 5 a.m. and I was like, I know that if I wake up at 2 a.m. and then I go back to sleep, I'm going to be cutting it so close. So I would just like have my pre-workout ready next to me, to like just drink really fast in the morning and sleep in my workout clothes. So if I woke up like 2 minutes before, 2 minutes after, I could still like get most of the ride with my friends in. And I remember one of the girls was like, because in the morning we'd all message each other and be like, everyone up, we're getting on the bike. It was just like so fun. And then there's a couple mornings I remember waking up being like, oh crap, I'm late. And so they'd be like, oh, where's Midori? Are you getting on? We're starting in 5, you know? And so I woke up this one morning and I saw these dive. I was like, ah, but it was like, let's just say we were starting at 6 and I woke up at 6:02 and I was like, I just woke up. And I got on my bike with like literally in less than a minute because I was in my workout clothes. Not the most comfortable pajama set, but. And I got on my bike within less than a minute of texting everyone that I like had just woken up and they're like, what do you do? Sleep in your clothes? I was like, actually, yeah. So I don't do that as much anymore. Although I do sleep in my biker shorts because I found like a handful of pairs that like I don't mind sleeping in. They're very comfortable. I just need to change my like top in the morning because I co-sleep with my baby and so I nurse her throughout the night. So I have like a nursing tank top on. Also, just like irrelevant information. So it's my right side. It's pretty good. There's like some pieces that you can really see, like this one I could probably fix. Had some more curls in. Oh goodness. I don't know how it's gonna sound like. But yeah, it's my right side, so it's like your belly. It's your left side, it's my right side. I'll do this side. I need some water. I love this water bottle. It's a brewmate. It locks so it doesn't spill. And the straw is silicone. So which I like for multiple reasons. My top 2 reasons is like one reason is that my kids love to drink out of my water bottle, which is totally fine. Except, but except they love to bite on the straw. So when I had like my Simple Modern or uh, whatever, like another kind of water bottle, they would bite on the straw, which like, I mean, I get it. Their kids are going to bite on the straw. It's fine. It's just that if it was like that harder plastic than silicone, it would often like ruin the straw. So this is great because they can chew on it and it doesn't ruin it, and it's silicone, which I prefer to a silicone moment over a plastic moment anyways. So here we are. Almost done with this side of my hair. You guys, this is such a big help that I can like pinch that straightener, under the straightener. I really just thought it was always too tight. So I had been asking my sister to pick up a straightener for me for like years, like so many years. And she's like, you're never going to use it. You don't know how. And then I had this old, I should see if I have this old straightener still. I have this old straightener. And when she moved to Wisconsin, had her baby moved to Wisconsin, I was like, well, I need to figure something out. So I got a Dyson Airwrap, which is super helpful on days that like I'm washing and curling my hair at the same time. Like I can get my hair washed and dried so fast. But there's some days where like I don't. There's some days where like I take a shower and I don't have time to like do my hair right away. So I just like live my life with wet hair, and then I want to go back and curl it. But I don't feel like the Dyson app does as well when your hair is like totally dry. And maybe I'm using it wrong. So if you have tips for that, like let me know. But because my hair is more textured, I get like these little baby hairs that wisp and curl that I don't love when my hair's straight. So let me know if you have tips. I would love any. I'm still learning how to use it almost a year later. Anyway, so I've been asking my sister to get me a straightener, and she's like, "No, you're never gonna use it," which she's right, like totally fair. Um, so then when she moved, and I started doing my hair, I have this really old straightener. It's a, you might be familiar with the brand. It's a Babyliss. I don't, yeah, I think it's like my sister's old straightener from literally cosmetology school, which was years ago. And I started straightening, curling it like that, just like this. And I think after like 2 months of doing it by myself, I was like, can I please get like Paul Mitchell one that you use on me now? And she's like, oh. And so she got it for me and surprised it for me for my recent birthday I had in December, which is so nice. Then I got to go on a work trip to New York. And of course I like needed to bring it because like I got my hair, because I don't have anything my hair done. Got to give myself some fresh curls for the office. So I um brought my straightener, curled my hair, did the trip, got home. And when I was headed to the airport at like 4 a.m., it was so early. I was like, I feel like I'm forgetting something, but I didn't know what it was. And I was like, well, even if I am, like, I can't risk going back to the hotel in New York traffic and like hoping to make my flight. And I like really want to get home because I haven't seen my kids and I have a baby and blah, blah, blah. I have a husband. Actually, it's fine. I'm sure I have everything because I always freak myself out. So I'm like at the airport amicable time, thankfully, to get home, and I'm back, and guess what's missing? My straightener. I'm like, no, I just got that. I just learned how to straighten my hair. Oh, I was like so sad. So I call the hotel, and I'm like, hotel, it's New York, it's Christmas, they're so busy. Thankfully, I get like a really, really, really kind um, security guard on the phone or somebody. And I was like, I literally just checked out like 2 hours ago. I think I forgot my straightener. It's like black, it's Paul Mitchell, it's in like this black holder. Because I have one of those like straightener traveler things when it's hot. And he was like, oh, I see it. Well, I was like, oh my gosh, can you please ship it to me? And he's like, yeah. He's like, can I put you on hold? We got a rush of people that are checking in. I was like, yes, of course. So I'm sitting on hold for like 20 minutes. And I'm like, oh, I hope you didn't misplace it. Because I get it. It's like not your priority. Like what seems like a big deal to me, like isn't going to be his priority because has. I checked out on a Friday morning. So I'm sure like the influx of people who are checking in is like massive. So going into like a holiday weekend. So long story short, fast forward, I sent him like a mailing label to get it shipped to me. And I did it like next day. And after like 2 weeks, I finally got it back. So I'm so happy. Because I was like, oh, because I literally did a next day label. So I was like, oh, it should be here by like Tuesday. Because the guy told me that they have pickups every day. It should be here so fast. And I had just literally stopped at the UPS store before I left to ship some stuff back to the Chicago office for work. And it was so easy. And then I had like a milk stork, which is like, oh my gosh, if you're a breastfeeding mom and like need milk to your baby while you're traveling, Milk Stork is amazing. Have created an amazing company system. It works so well. We can talk about it another time, but yeah, here we go. So here's my hair that I've learned to do. It's a work in progress. any tips, any tricks, let me know. And I just I'll go upstairs, brush it out, put some hairspray in it, put some oil in it, and it'll be done. So thanks for my first solo yap podcast, and I'll talk to you soon. Thanks.